Whoa, what's good?
Yo, sunglasses in Nashville, bro.
Yeah, last night was mad, bro, yo. The spot
Facts.
was hot.
Facts.
DJ was on point. Drinks was lit.
Yo, what happened last night? You disappeared.
You mean later on in the night?
Yeah.
You remember old girl by the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was feeling her, so, we ended up leaving together.
Word?
Yeah.
You smashed?
Yo, I ain't like, yo, we gotta, let me freshen my drink up. We gotta talk about it, yo. We gotta talk about it. Welcome to the GMT Network. My name's For Real Talk for Real People. And let me introduce my squad. Over here, we got our grown woman.
What's up? I'm Zoe.
What it do? Zoe the Challenger. What it do?
Ajax, saca fet no la.
Yeah, and all of that, whatever he said. But here at GMT, we real talk for real people. So today's episode, man, I think it's gonna be a good one because I got some strong feelings and I know they do. But have relationships been hurt by how easily sex has gotten? Because today I know before sex used to be real intimate. Sex, it used to take work. Nowadays, not so much. What you think?
In today's world, everything's moving such a fast pace. Everybody's trying to figure out what's good, what's not. I think sex does have a how would you say, a stamp on what the relationship is going to be or
not really, because if you get it too quick, it might kill the relationship, but if you don't get it all. But what I'm saying is because it's so much easier to get, and we're going to get into the reason why, has that affected how we get in a relationship? Is love harder to find because sex is easier to find? Give me a yes or no. You know how
I say yes.
Yes? Zoe, what you say?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily to what?
I mean, I think that love could be hard to find just because people don't necessarily know or they're not comfortable with intimacy.
Or unless
but casual sex has been a thing for mad long.
That's true, since life has been life.
Right. But nowadays with like dating apps and things like that, maybe the accessibility, how many people you can access might be more compounded.
So is sex less intimate right now?
No, but we also have to make sure that we're not confusing lust and love.
We ain't even get there yet. I'm trying to nail this down. Do you, as a man, I know you're married, so Miss Ajax, this is just hypothetical. Do you feel it's easier to get sex? Talking amongst
it
friends?
is.
It
as
has
a
become
woman,
progressively easier.
a lot easier, because I think men and women are a lot more open, a lot more easier to talk about sex and to engage
I would say
in.
over the years,
Okay.
but going back pretty far, but over the years,
It's
I
gotten
do believe
easier.
the attitude towards it has become progressive.
And
So
plus,
this-
sex is everywhere. It's on TV.
Okay,
it's
so
on.
so it's easy though. So ride with me. So has that affected how relationships are going these days? Because sex is easy, and it seems like finding love is hard, real hard,
Right.
for most people. There's books written on it. There's talk shows done about it. I want to find that connection. Do you think because sex is a lot easier, love is a little bit harder to find? That's what we're going to talk about today. But I want to start with one, because I believe when you have to talk about anything evolving, anything changing, especially something that's been a staple since humanity started, you got to talk about the past and work to the present, right? So I'm going to say this. I'm 39 years old. So from growing up and me watching people that was married in relationships, death do us part. Those words were spoken at marriage vows.
Right.
That's what they went by.
Right.
You could have a whole nother family. You could get caught cheating. You still stuck to the relationship and made it happen. Do you feel the same way? Has that changed? Because I don't think people fight for relationships no more. What you think?
Now I do think the attitude about commitment, and intimacy and being truly vulnerable with each other has changed. I don't know if that is necessarily connected to sex being easier though. My knee-jerk reaction initially might have been yes, but now I'm not entirely sure.
The reason I'm saying that, like me, we're gonna use me as an example. This is not actually me in real life, but say I'm in a relationship, and normally me and girl fight. We might be mad. We're not gonna talk to each other. We still gonna eat together, watch TV together. We still gonna sleep in the same bed. Actually, this is literally a situation, right? We'll work on that. Whatever we fighting about, we might go to sleep mad. We eventually gonna talk. We might go a whole week with a problem. I'm gonna be realistic. When you got a something on the side.
You got options.
You got options. I like that word.
Right,
You got
right.
options. The willingness you have to fight for that relationship changes a little bit. And I think that's affecting why relationships aren't moving forward as easily and as bountiful as they used to be.
But not everybody's in a relationship.
Do you think that the availability?
You cut you off like that? That's twice though. Just let you know.
No disrespect. Do you think that the
That's
availability,
usually when
the
it's
easy
disrespect. Just to let
availability
you know, when
of
somebody
I
say
know.
no disrespect,
That's
it's
what
Yo,
they
you want to have your
disrespect.
sidebars or you want to have this conversation?
Don't talk to me like that. Go ahead.
Do you think the easy availability of sex is more the influence of how much you're willing to put up with or not put up with what's going on in your relationship, or how you feel about the person you're in a relationship with?
Well, just to start off with what he said before, not everybody's going to have an option besides the main relationship. So you can't always counter that as far as not being able to be focused on the main relationship. So
Wait, what do you mean? Say that.
because
He basically said everybody can't bag a bunch of stuff. Some people have to be
Some
stuck
people
with
don't
what they
have
got.
options.
some people don't have the option.
Okay.
Not everybody's in an optional relationship. So with that being said, it's kind of like if you're in that one relationship, you gotta stick to it. Just like you said, I'm not sleeping in a different bed or on the couch just because we had an argument.
But you married.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, relationship or not, I'm not sleeping on the couch. We argue or whatever.
You're a grown man, so that's how you feel. But I feel the overall majority, because you can go out and listen. I could go to the club, I could go to a bar, I could go to the mall and the supermarket, and you could find a woman that is single and available. And because women are a lot more empowered these days too, they out here bagging us. So, because you have those options, I don't think you fight as hard. When the ship start rocking a little bit and the storm get heavy,
Maybe that depends
I don't
on
think
where
you fight
you're
as
at.
hard.
Maybe that depends on what stage you're at in the development of the relationship with the person, right?
So let's go back
just
to the
follow.
back in the day part. Go back to back in the day. Do you think that fight to keep the relationship together has changed? Because statistically, the divorce rate has increased exponentially since the 70s and 80s.
People are more open to either accepting or not accepting something these days. That's what it is. That's what
we
has
gonna talk
changed.
about. I got something. We gonna talk about that. So listen. So grown men thought, it has changed. People are less romantic. People don't fight as hard for relationships. That's my opinion.
The
but
art
based
of
on
romance
fact.
is
The art of romance is
not.
definitely
It's
dead.
not celebrated
All right.
like it used to
So
be.
why did that change though? Because I got some theories and I got some
I
questions.
have some distinct
Let me
memories
hear it.
about like the shift in. Okay, so growing up listening to the radio, you listen to the DJs and all that.
Preach.
I
Talk to her.
distinctly
Preach.
remember, and I'm not gonna say the DJ's name, but I distinctly remember going like.
Why not say his name? Like,
It was Funk Flex.
Okay.
So I distinctly remember, I think we were coming into a new year. And I don't remember which year. I don't know if we were going into 2000. I don't remember the specific year. But I remember, it might have been somewhere around there. But in any event, I remember him being on the radio and he was talking about, in the new year, fellas, we ain't buying women no drinks. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing that.
He did spend some time trying to set some trends as far as what car people are driving and shit like that. And I remember that.
I remember that. Like, he was going
I'm
very
not basing my
hard.
opinion
No. But I'm not
saying
that he's
but you
like
have to understand what she's
single-handedly
saying, basically.
responsible. I'm just saying, but for
music.
me,
With an influencer.
that I started from that point on, like, I started to kind of notice more of a trend of that type of attitude, right?
Got it.
Less
Okay.
courtship, less that, you know what I'm saying? Kind of more like,
What's up? What's good?
what's
So,
good?
yeah, like what we do. All right. So speaking of Flex, he's a DJ. I think a big thing. I think the music has changed.
Yeah.
Because growing up in the house, it was a record player. I hear Luther. I hear Al Green.
Right.
Talk about love and happiness. A house is not a home. I get in my teen years, Jodeci.
Talk about
Jagged
love
Edge.
and romance.
Next.
Right.
I got
I
a
mean,
date.
they talked
It
about
started
sex,
fading
but it
from
was
there.
the tone.
It started
It was
fading
the
from
tone.
those.
It was more romantic. It was sexy, but it wasn't as raunchy.
Right.
The prevalence
Right.
of the raunchiness it's more prevalent now, I feel.
So is that changing the way relationship? Because before,
I think
like
it's
me,
shade.
when I would go to the school dance, I would sneak out because my parents wasn't having it. I would sneak out to the school dance, so I was trying to get a girlfriend at the mall. I would be using Jodeci lines. I'd be like, I gotta buy flowers, I gotta talk to her, I gotta write her notes, I gotta take her on a date. Now, I feel, as long as I show up and buy you 2 drinks, like,
What's good?
I'm not saying I feel that way. Let me take that back. I don't personally feel that way, but I know a lot of people who do.
The general attitude.
Yeah, like, if you show me you buy 2 drinks or if you buy a bottle, like it's understood what it is on male and female side, I think. And female, I was out the other day, a female brought me a drink. Thank you, by the way.
So she bought you a drink.
I think she tried it though. Yo.
So you think
I recently got a boo, so I didn't go home with her. Huh?
You think she said what's good after she bought you a drink?
No, she said what's good during the drink. I mean, I was sitting at Applebee's. I'm sorry, her name was Candy.
Oh.
I was sitting at Applebee's. I finished my food because I travel for work, so I'm just getting something to eat on the way a long drive home, right? So I'm eating, boom, boom, boom. I'm finished. And I'm a very personal person. Obviously, I like to talk, so I'm talking to the bartender, talking to everybody. So she walks in, had a bunch of bags. She was cute. She was a little bit older, but she was a very pretty lady. You can tell she had her money right. Walks up, I'm getting up. She was like, oh, and she says hi to somebody across the bar that she knew, 2 females. Hey, what's up? Oh, what y'all drink? I'm gonna get y'all a drink. And she was like, yo, get a drink for the sexy dude over there too, right? I was like, yo, I'm about to leave. I was like, yo, I'm about to leave. I gotta go. She's like, yeah, you were about to leave. What you drinking?
Oh.
Yo, right. Yo,
so you still had the drink.
Yo, and listen, the 2 girls on the other side of the bar laughed. The bartender laughed. It was acceptable. So for a woman to be taking the dominant role,
to take more of the aggressive.
Right. So I think women's empowerment have changed the way relationships are going.
So let me ask you something.
Definitely.
So wait. So did you sit down and have the drink?
Yeah, he had that drink.
I'm sorry.
You got a bitch.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
but you were about to leave, so she made you sit down and have that drink and say, what's good?
Wait, time out. It was hot.
No, but to answer your question, I'm
calling special victims unit on one of y'all.
I do think that music definitely impacts or shapes or influences perceptions, social norms, perceptions.
But I go work great because shout out to my ladies. It goes both ways. We got SZA talking about for the weekend.
Word.
She said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Right. So SZA, but Lil Kim, that's like the OG raunchy lyrics. Like
that's what. I'm gonna take y'all back. I'm gonna be dating a little bit. Salt and pepper.
They weren't raunchy like Lil Kim.
Whoa, don't forget. Don't forget Adina Howard. Don't forget Adina Howard.
Right. No, shoot.
Adina Howard.
The box
but they were around the same era.
Yeah, but she was a little bit. She was a little bit before Lil Kim.
Was she?
Adina Howard. Adina Howard.
A little bit before Lil Kim.
Lil Kim watched Adina Howard and didn't start doing it. Adina Howard was waiting for Lil Kim.
Okay.
I mean, we'll Google the dates and facts, but I'm guaranteed.
But honestly,
either way, that changed.
But honestly, the moment Lil Kim took that picture on her album,
every motherfucker talk about that picture.
Yeah,
what does this have to do with the topic?
No, because that kind of sets the that kind of set the trend of how women started to feel like they're more free, empowered.
Like it's okay, like with Amber Rose with the slut walk. It's okay for you to own your sexuality. You don't have to sit at home and wait for a man to tell you what.
Right.
But anyway, we digress. I digress. That gets on the topic. But to that point, that has made relationships a lot harder to find because women's not in the mood to be looking for relationships getting paid because they out here doing that. So maybe men is looking at them differently. I think that changed with the music because I'm gonna tell you something else. I think changed because TV. Because I think subliminally everything's planning upon us what to do. We watch TV.
Yeah, you are what you eat.
That's why it's so much money to have a commercial during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Normally a commercial is $100,000. Let's just say Super Bowl $30 million.
Because all
for 15 seconds.
There's a couple of commas in there.
Exactly. So I think subliminally look at TV. I'm gonna give you some TV shows, and that's something I remember. Jeffersons. Anybody remember the Jeffersons?
Yeah.
Man, wife, business owner, strong male character, strong woman character, building up. I don't care what nobody say. The show was great. Cosby. The Huxtable was the family to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Judge, lawyer for the wife, strong, right? That's what we had. I'm gonna tell you what we got now. Love and hip hop.
Right.
Atlanta Housewives.
A lot of that reality television.
But that promotes a different type of that's me, my bad. We're gonna stop that.
That shorty who bought you that drink.
What's good?
Yo, boo, I'm sorry. You know I like yo, we build it. Don't do that. Yo, moving right. So TV and music have changed. Moving right along. Yo, I want to bring up something a little bit deeper, right? Because one thing I always strive for. The name of the show is Grown Man Thoughts because I derived it from my name because I'm a man and I'm grown and I think differently. But it's not to promote, shut up. It's not to just promote man stuff. It's a man coming from an elevated viewpoint where I consider my entire surroundings, women, children, everybody, right? I say that to say this. How do y'all feel the women's liberation movement has affected relationships? Let's get real for a second. We joked and laughed about the music. But I want to start it with this. The women's liberation movement was necessary. I think it's going a little bit left in certain cases. Like you got Democrats, but you have different sets of Democrats. You got Republicans, you got right wing, left wing, and all. I don't really on politics, but I know it's extremes, right? It was necessary because a woman before, barefoot, pregnant, cook food, clean the house, that's what you do. And they were cool with doing that, but you had men who took advantage. They came home, they know they're working, and you take advantage when you know somebody's depending on you financially. Somebody depending on you financially, I think you take advantage of that. So you have some that might have been abusive. You have some that might have been emotionally abusive or physically abusive, or a woman couldn't leave because she was dependent on that man financially. That liberation movement was like, no, you can get your own. You can do what they can do. You can go out and earn yours. I think that was necessary.
I think what it did was it just relieved the stress a little bit, but
right.
It also played with ego.
But when you do a scientific experiment, I'm trying to cut this light bulb on with electricity. There's byproducts. You might get electrocuted. Mm-hmm. You're using more power than you normally use, and all the other shit that goes with that. I think a byproduct of that women's liberation movement is the independent spirit of I don't need a man. Do you think that that's what I'm putting out there as do we need to think about? Do you think that women's liberation movement changed how relationships happen?
No, I think what happened was there was a miseducation somewhere. Being empowered doesn't mean you don't need a partner or a man. Speak. It's just that I think it was like generational where somebody grew up in a house where it's just the mother, right? And then sees how the mother was doing it, and then now you grow up angry.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's.
That's the bitterness.
The mother's angry, so she passes on the anger to the child. Like you don't need no man.
So I think that those two, right? But to his point and to your point, I think those aspects kind of got muddled, right? Because women's lib and women's rights was not really about I don't need a man. It was really more like political campaigns for reform, kind of lobbying for equal rights for women and things like equal opportunity, but also other things like against like gender mutilation and rights to like contraceptives, like the right to make an independent decision about pregnancy and all that, right?
Yourself.
Now,
and that's why that was necessary. So I'm not saying the women.
So there, but there's a two-part. There's a two-part that kind of plays into your question, but also plays off of what he's saying. So the whole "I don't need a man" attitude, I think, in large part, was birthed from a lot of anger and bitterness and stuff about absentee fathers within a family unit. Right. That's not necessarily directly a result of women's lib, right? That attitude does impede the development of a relationship.
So, I'm riding with you, and I agree with you. Tie that to how has that affected relationships in the present day?
Because
do you think it has negatively or positively affected?
Right. Because say you're
yes, right. What are you saying? Yes, right.
It can have negative impact.
How? Give me that now.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
I know.
Can I do that?
That's what I do. Keep going.
So, if you grow up in a environment, right, where maybe you didn't have a father figure, and it was just single mom. Right. Maybe you see your mom like struggling and upset about her circumstances, right? You don't really grow up seeing what it looks like for a man and a woman to come together in a healthy relationship and make something work through challenges and triumph alike. So you grow up with this attitude of just very independent. Right. And even though you may in your mind feel like you want someone, but you may be in your own way because you don't even know what it looks like to accommodate someone else in a relationship.
So tell me, keep going, but
she's
tell
just
me.
To you. She just kind of
said. No, let him say his
I don't want to go. No, I'm not saying my piece. I'm trying to narrow it down.
So what do you? Okay.
how has that affected relationship? We get the reason why we
because
got
some
there.
dudes don't want to be bothered with that shit.
Okay,
It doesn't.
say it
So
again.
some
Church,
dudes feel
say
like
that again.
some dudes don't want to be bothered with that attitude. It makes them feel like there's no room for them to step in as the man and be the man in the relationship because the woman is just like this. I don't need you attitude.
At the same time, the woman.
Yo, don't
is,
let him cause that beef right there.
Now,
The-
but
at
now,
the same time,
now,
but I'm just you're talking about the man at this point. With the woman also, her not having the father figure in her life, right, makes her feel like
Or an
I don't want to
unhealthy
deal
figure.
with a man's
Right.
attitude or whatever because I could do this on my own. So it's
Yeah, getting deep.
So
So
they're
that is
both.
a negative effect on relationships.
Right. Now the
So-
flip side,
okay,
just
so-
as far as the casual sex aspect of it, right? Just kind of bouncing back to that real quick. From the women's lib aspect of it, I think with the advent of the pill and more access to contraceptives and all that, that definitely it's been thought to play a part in an increase in casual sex. Right, because now there's a bit less concern about unwanted pregnancies and things like that, and it kind of empowers
So
you
there's
more
no
to just
consequences to your sexual freedom.
right.
you're
So
a
you
little
can
bit more
embrace
liberal to
right.
give it up
You can
or to
embrace
go
just having
engage in
sex.
it.
Exactly.
Damn, I'm never gonna find a wife. That's just think about it.
Why do you say that?
Listen, don't get me started. So we're just grown man thought. So the women's lib did affect it because that empowerment and liberation made them more apt to go out and get it on their own, and not every man wants to deal with that strong-minded woman that.
No, but,
No, but see, the men-
that's
see, the
not that
liberation
part is
is
not
different.
the women's lib. That's the women's lib.
so-
I connect the women's lib more to like the availability and the access of contraceptives and the pill and
being
all
being
of
in the
that,
workforce.
right? That aspect
Talk.
of it.
That's a.
That falls into the liberation of women's liberation. It all comes down to we could work. We
I
could
don't
go
need
out
you,
and
so a
get
man
paid.
gotta earn
No, we could go out and get the same wages as a man or stuff like that. Now, when it comes down to the whole sexuality thing and making decisions of not wanting a man, that's something else. That's taking the liberation to an extreme. The whole liberation was women used to be at home and do the whole home thing. Now, it wasn't until I forgot what war it was when women had to go and work because
The men was off on.
Right.
Okay, so we understand the why, we understand the how. So the
But
struggles we
there are
have,
factors. There are
right?
factors.
The struggles we have because GMT is about getting better, and I think as a people, we're just gonna go with people. We need to be stronger. We need to have partners. I don't think nobody's meant to be here by themselves. A man is meant to be with a woman. Like men and women are equal, but they're different.
People are meant to have partners.
So right, so to be our greatest selves, we need to have that. So this, which brings to the next subject I want to talk about. I'm trying. Give me a sec. 'Cause I'm trying to word it without sounding coming out the wrong way. I saw a post the other day, and I reposted it myself, that said the reason men date casually is because of these 3 reasons. And one of the reasons was too much stress and drama to deal with you. He foresees that in your actions and the things that you do.
right.
So he will casually date you but never get serious with you because he doesn't want to be totally brought in. And I'm just putting a stamp on that as fact. That's true. What I want to talk about is, 1, how do we fix that? And 2, why? Why is it stress? What is a woman doing to cause them stress? What does a woman do to cause
People
drama?
are not learning to compromise these days. Everything's so gimme.
to me.
Give
me some examples. Talk to me. What you mean?
Well, you're talking about
Whatever.
a single woman or a single man,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of like like right now you're a single man, right? You're set in your ways. Well,
I'm not
I'm
sure.
sorry. You just got into a relationship this
Yeah.
morning. So no wonder why you're so giddy.
ain't had to do
Anyway,
that.
what
You
I'm
ain't had
saying
to-
is,
no, on the real- no,
with
no,
a
time
single
out.
person,
Yeah, chill.
a single person. Let me talk.
You ain't had to do that shit. That was some shit I told you in confidence. That was some shit I told you in confidence.
You said it downstairs with a room full of people.
Not with cameras.
Okay, but anyway,
Go
what
ahead.
I'm saying is, as a single person,
I'm a single person.
you're
As a formerly single person, yeah.
you're set in your ways, right? So
I
when
mean-
somebody comes in, it's kind of like they're interfering with that. So are you willing to compromise to be in a
And
relationship?
what are you willing to compromise? So that is where the difficulty going in. Because one other thing I don't like when men totally blame women for reasons relationships don't work out. But also, I don't like when men totally blame women. Well, when women totally blame
facts.
men for not.
Right.
So that's why I brought this point up as how men feel, because I saw this as somebody's viewpoint, and it was a woman who posted this post. So that independency from the liberation movement might be something a man perceives as difficult because he's not communicating correctly. To your point of saying, I'm not willing to compromise. Like, I gotta be willing to compromise my freedom, a little bit of my freedom. Right. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, fellas, but if I'm with a woman and I find value and I like her, me and you can't go watch the game every night.
That's it.
We might have went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Damn, I shouldn't be plugging it with nobody yet, but we might have went to
She is again.
What's good?
I'm here. Where you at?
I'm outside.
Chill, kids, chill. Y'all fucked me up. What was he talking about? Because I'm nervous now. Like, is she outside? But we was talking about compromise. So I can't go to the game all the time. Or you know what? If I'm having a little Super Bowl gathering, right? She gotta be able to come. It can't just be a fella thing. The thing is, what things am I willing to compromise and not willing to compromise? And even if I'm not doing nothing wrong, I might used to go out to the bar. Like, I like to drink. I bar hop
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
it goes more than that. We're talking about living space. We're talking about
and that's
habits. We're talking about habits.
So men and women gotta communicate and be willing to compromise. I can compromise some things here, but also on the women's side, you gotta compromise some things. You might have to compromise, because I know one thing I'm very sensitive to, men ain't shit sometimes. I'm gonna just fuck y'all. I'm gonna just tell y'all that. Y'all ain't shit sometimes. They take advantage of women, especially in vulnerable situations. So sometimes, because she's been through bad situations, there are certain walls she has put up to make sure she don't get hurt again. Right. Oh, I need your phone password, or don't nobody call you after this time. And I'm a businessman, so my phone ring all the time, this and that. I might have to be willing to compromise and put guidelines to the people who call me and contact me so she feels comfortable. But she also might be willing to compromise to not automatically assume just because something I'm doing now is similar to what somebody else does, it doesn't mean I'm just like him.
No, that's not compromising. That's understanding.
That's a compromise though, because you gotta, as a man, you gotta understand where she's coming from.
Well, I think
and as a woman,
compromise, understanding, adjustments. I think it first starts with self-awareness on both parts. Because I think there's a lot of times where people, they step into a relationship very unaware of their own bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Very unaware.
I want to give you some props for a lady to say that and admit that. I respect that.
Very unaware of their own bullshit, and or very unwilling to work on it. You know? And
right.
you can only be, your relationship can only be as good as the two individual components.
Right.
I'm going to tell you a phrase I hate. If you like it, put a ring on it. Or I ain't gonna do it till you put a ring on it. I hate that phrase. If you do that, you'll never get a ring. No one's gonna marry you.
Yeah, but it's kind of set on the old ways though. You kind of courted a little bit, then you dated.
But that
then
plays
you
on the
took
whole
some
why
time.
buy the cow when you could get the milk for free type of situation. Where some and that is an understandable aspect of it. Where some is like, okay, is it wise to just give everything?
You gotta show a little bit though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Don't like the phrase till you put a ring on it means you ain't gonna show nothing till you get a ring. Like, you gotta show a little bit for me.
Well, then maybe that depends on the individual
I just
person.
thought about this quote I saw.
Jerk.
Somebody posted and said, can somebody tell me where I can get wifey material from? Because I'm trying to knit me a bitch. Right? It's just crazy.
We do not condone
the views and opinions
or the disrespect of women.
We're not disrespecting. I was reading off of a quote
from Ajax. I'm about to say your government is only him, not grown man thoughts.
I'll be that.
So on the next subject I was thinking about, right? Another thing meant a little, and I'm gonna say this myself, because until this morning I was searching for this.
See, until this morning.
Don't laugh. Don't do that. I feel a little vulnerable right now, so I need y'all to chill. So sometimes men feel, and this is just listen that women are very selfish or entitled. To that point, I'm saying you gotta put a ring on it. Like, listen, I'm old school with the males thing. When we go out, I'm paying. If I go out with any female, even if I'm trying to date you, of course you're not, I'm gonna offer to pay the bill. Depending on who you are, depends on how much money it is. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna offer to pay the bill. Yo, I was dating, I wasn't even dating, I was trying to talk to a girl. And I was like, yo, she hit me up like, damn, where you been, stranger? It was a couple days. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I would call her and text her all the time. She would never do it to me. So I was like, I'm gonna see how long she'll go. It was about 3 days, 4 days, then she hit me with whatever stranger. I'm like, yo, the phone worked both ways. Mm-hmm. Right? She was like, well, I'm from when you got to show that you want somebody and chase them. So I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to do what you got to do.
She wanted to be
How old is
pursued.
she?
Right. She's 40.
Okay,
So I said to her, okay, I get it, but you want to be pursued, but I want to know I'm not wasting my time.
Okay.
That was me and her last phone conversation.
Oh. So you sound a little bit too fast for her.
No, what I'm saying is I want somebody to call me too.
I hear you, but you're a little bit too fast because now
Reciprocate
she's still stuck in that. I'm not gonna say stuck, but she's still a little old school.
So how am I too fast for her?
Because you want her to pick up the phone and call you sometimes when it was all about them waiting on your phone call.
But I'm about to say something. I'm about to be real. And ladies, sorry, but y'all get mad at me. If the way you've been doing stuff, you're 40 years old with a 19-year-old kid, you're single, and you've been through a few relationships, your way of doing shit ain't working.
That's what you call insane.
Einstein's definition, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Right.
You have been this way for however many umpteen amount of years, and it's not working. You got to compromise. You got to stop. To me, that's selfish and entitled. I got a chase to do everything, and if not, I'm not worthy of your time. And in the meanwhile, I have to guess whether I'm worthy of your time or you're worthy of my time. Nah, that's the last time I talked to you. And I didn't say this to her, but I'm saying it now. That's why she's single, wanting a man, and think all men ain't shit. Because you're not trying anything new or different. You're not putting no effort in. And that's that selfish entitlement thing that men get tired of.
So this is an interesting, it kind of sounds like an example to me of like traditional expectations in a modern
day society.
Right. So traditional expectations, it sounds to me like, she wants to be pursued. She wants really the man to do the chasing.
She wants to know, she wants to feel like she's wanted or needed.
Right. But on the flip side of that, in today's society, and to your point about, we have conversations about equality and roles and all of that.
We have arguments about equality.
In today's world, I think the interaction between man and woman when it comes to relationship and courtship, it's different. It's different than before. You know what I mean?
This is my problem. If it's different, you have to do things different. When I get into a new environment, I adapt to the environment. That's why the human species and every other species that's still here on Earth survives. We adapt to the environment. Bears were all brown until someone grew up in Antarctica and they grew white hair and thicker fur and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a point. You really want to go here with me? I'm the animal
I don't
champ.
know about that. Polar bear's been a polar bear and grizzly been a grizzly.
No, they adapted to their environment. You know what I'm get to.
No.
But what I'm saying is, so if me and you are in a different world and environment, you got to adapt that a little bit. Call me and say what up. Ask me how my day was.
Well, I think it's
Let me
just
know
point
that
of
I'm a point
what is
and
your
two.
value. So I think what I'm hearing from you and what I can agree with is don't come into a situation where we're very one-sided, what are you doing for me?
Right.
Which a lot of women do.
Selfish and entitled, which is what I started
What are you
with.
doing for me? You call me, you pursue me, you know what I'm saying? You court me, but maybe
And
you're
that's
forgetting what are you bringing to the table? What point of value?
So are you
bringing to the
giving me
table?
confirmation that does happen?
Listen, he's also
No,
in touch with his
exactly.
feminine side. No, he's in touch with the
we're
feminine
giving
side because he wants to be
all
called
I'm saying
too.
is the
He wants to be
confirmation
known.
that some men
He's being chased.
do not. What? Stop telling this is my shit. I'll cut you the fuck out. I'm honest, it's my shit, yo. Yo, cut him out. Cut that part out.
I don't even know what that means.
Mute him all of that. Yo, what I said, that's confirmation.
They go with that
No, there
emotional
are
shit.
women out here like that. There are
And
very-
that's why some men are scared to get into a relationship with those type of women. But as men, sometimes you want companionship and you have needs, so you still deal with them on a certain level, but it never goes too far. That's all I was talking about trying to prove.
I can agree with that.
Okay.
And with that also being said,
But
there's
because-
some guys
because
they don't want to they don't like the aspect of having a real strong and forward woman in their
Right.
lives too.
No,
They
it's
would
true.
like to be the
That
man.
wanna be
has
the-
nothing to do with what I was talking about.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You have to look at it. Look,
I was talking
some
about
guys.
I make the rules. That had nothing to do with what I was talking
Okay,
about.
I don't know what that means. So
It
some
means I'm hating
guys,
right now
you
'cause
know,
I'm mad.
it's like they
That's what it means. I'm hating right now
You know
because
what?
I'm mad.
Fuck it.
Thank you. Next point.
Oh boy.
Guys, fuck out of here.
Yeah, some
Yo,
guys.
so the last point for me is today's show, right? yeah, I still love them, but I don't like them all the time. Yo, your goals do not align with his and impacts building together. And I always give an example of myself. if I meet you, I had a girl that I was talking to. I'm gonna keep saying talking to. That like, yo, she was like, I want to be a veterinarian. I'm tired of. She was an administrative assistant at a doctor's office. So decent job, but if you want to, it's not much room for growth. So I used to tell her like, yo, go get go enroll in veterinarian school. She wanted to be a veterinarian. Okay. I was like, yo, I'll pay the registration fee. Oh yeah, wait, why you always come out?
So
right? Then she was just like, it don't pay me enough. So one of my friends was like, worked for New Jersey Transit. They had a job doing something in New Jersey Transit that I'm not gonna say because I don't look down upon any job. And it was paying a good amount of money, but it was something somebody wouldn't normally do. I was like, yo, my friend hooked you up with this job and they paid double what you mean. Like, nah, I ain't doing that like that, this and that. And I'm looking like, yo, you want a certain lifestyle.
But
you want to do certain things, but you're only willing to eat off me when I'm the one willing to pay to go away to this resort, or I'm the one willing to pay the price to get in this exclusive cover is cool. Okay. When it's your turn, it was a money aspect. And then when I'm trying to teach you or help you, I'm not gonna say teach, help you get your point where you get more money based on what you said you wanted, right. You're not about that. So to me, my goals don't align. I can't build with you because you ain't never trying to get it.
You're on the same mindset.
So is that, first I want to look for validation. Do you see that happen? Let me go to him. Do you see that happen a lot?
As far as?
What okay, we're going to go to you.
Okay, I'm trying to understand the question. Like, you just explained the situation. So you saying, does that happen a lot? As far as what?
Females with that mentality and that happening? And
if they grow up with the same, if they grow up with the old school values and, still being a housewife and that's it, yes.
Okay.
But today's women, they are more open and the whole thing of, I don't need a man type shit, no.
All right, that kind of makes sense to me. But I don't like you right now, so that was trash.
It doesn't matter.
Your point is trash. So, for grown man thought, let's walk him out of here. Yo, first of all, thank you, good comment there. One, relationships are on a decline because sex is a little bit easier. We have to admit that. When you go to a doctor and you get the symptoms, you treat the symptoms. So we gotta treat the symptoms before we fix the overall problem. We gotta treat the root cause. Root cause is sex is a little bit too easy. Men and women, we need to get back to being romantic, a little bit of intimacy. Ladies, make it work for it. Fellas,
that's not going to change because listen, sex is everywhere.
Casual sex is always going to be a thing. I just
think
people need to work on themselves better and work on their communication. People need to do more self-work.
Yeah, but that's not going to change either because everything's moving in such a fast pace. Look, people aren't talking anymore. They're texting. People aren't saying, they're not expressing their feelings. They're putting on IG.
That's a whole other show.
No, but what I'm saying is that everything's moving such a fast pace. Lack of intimacy. Sex is everywhere, so it's kind of like, okay, I don't expect anything else but sex at this point.
So grown man thought thing. I think we need to be in more relationships. I think we need to be together more to build. To do that, if that's what you want, go find that, but make your intentions known up front. If that's what you're after, if you're the person that you make your intentions known to, they should be honest and let you know whether they're with that or not. And then basically people who want relationships and want to build, gravitate towards each other, the people who just want to be out here getting it, which is nothing wrong with either, they can do that and be honest. But I think we covered a lot of great points of what led up to this point. Sex is a little bit more casual, so love is a little bit harder to find, but it's still out there to find. And I'm gonna keep hope alive as of 6 a.m. this morning. But yo, my brother, take him out with something. Or nothing, because I'm hating on you right now. Live and let live.
Yeah, we could do live and let live too, but listen, what's gonna happen is this. You have to understand that it takes two. Nothing works by itself, or nobody can work by themselves. So you wanna grow, you wanna prosper, and you need to be in a relationship, a meaning relationship. It can't be all based on sex. You gotta talk. Communication is what's lacking these days, so we gotta get into getting back and forth and understanding each other, and it all through talking.
I feel that. Take them out. Or you can say nothing, because you made a lot of valid points.
I'm gonna close it out. If you're looking for love, start by working on yourself. Because the quality of your relationship is only going to be as good as the quality of your relationship with yourself and where your mindset is at. And, if you're just looking to hook up, ain't nothing wrong with that either. Just be responsible about it.
This is for real, and we out of here. I just want to tell you, if this was yesterday, I was about all that smoke. I wanted all of that.
But as of this morning,
I'm one and only. I love you, boo boo. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that. Cut. Wait, cut.
Nah, ain't no cut. You said it.
Yo, we here.
Break out the cigars.
A grown man thoughts on IG. At grown thoughts on Twitter. My name's for real. So the challenge is out. I'm ignoring these assholes. Ajax, I'm telling your wife, don't piece me up. And GNT Network, like, subscribe. I answer every comment. Please get at me, and we're going to keep doing this for you. We appreciate your time. Have a great day. For real, and I'm out.
Peace.
And tell Candy stop calling since
Word, Candy, stop calling me, Candy. I don't want no sauce.
I think she outside.
Stop, Candy.
Taking Candy.
She's outside.
Taking.
What's good?
Tastes like candy. I don't know.
What's good?
And look at you in a relationship.
Man,